Hello and welcome to Stories with Amma. Today I have with me Katerina Folkman, lovingly called Kat by everybody. She's one of my favorite coaches, mentors, spiritual gurus. Which topic will I choose out of the hundreds of topics that you talk about? And the first thing that came into my mind was money.
I used to be a scientist. I used to be a corporate CXO level. So sometimes people tell, how can you compare stable salary job, corporate, top of your career, and now you're just running some training closure.
Can you please explain in your terminology what is money trauma? How can someone know if they have money trauma? Did you have an Indian husband? You know Indian family.
The same thing was in Russia.
Oh, okay.
The same thing was in America.
I'd like to have, okay, how much money do you want to have right now? And they're like, okay, I want to have 2 crores. What are you going to do with the 2 crores? And then they're stuck. Yeah, what are some of the first steps somebody who has a lot of financial anxiety, a lot of money trauma, a lot of money related shame? What are some of the first things that you would suggest this person to start doing?
Growing from 5 lakh to 10 lakh is easy. From 0 rupees to 5,000, very difficult.
Could you say a couple of words to motivate homemakers? Hello and welcome to Stories with Amma. Today I have with me Katerina Folkman, lovingly called Kat by everybody. She's one of my favorite coaches, mentors, spiritual gurus. She's into astrology, she's into so many things, very multifaceted personality, and I welcome you to Stories with Amma. Kat, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Swati. Thank you for having me. I also was thinking about it for a while. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. So today, Kat, I thought when I'm introducing you to my audience, which topic will I choose out of the hundreds of topics that you talk about? And the first thing that came into my mind was money.
Of course.
Because you're one of those people in the country, or one of the few people in the country who offer money and abundance oriented training programs. And people might even deny that they have childhood trauma, but they'll never deny they have money trauma. Because money related limiting beliefs are part and parcel of every culture, I would say. You come from Russia, and I remember in the abundance program you spoke about how in Russia is also pretty much
Exactly the same.
How people get through money related limiting beliefs. And in the intro I just spoke about some limiting beliefs also, so I'm sure our people will be able to connect with it. My first question is about your story, Kat. I want to know, I know your story, and all our fans and followers know our stories, but I want you to talk about how was it for you from Russia to I think to Canada to New York, couple of master's degree, learning about human behavior, human psychology, an ND from Wharton, and after all that getting into psychology, spirituality, healing, coaching. I'm sure you went through your own challenges. How did you get into this money and abundance yourself? I'm sure you were earning quite well in New York, right?
Yeah, no, I think the whole journey was about transitioning to different levels of money and expansion of mindset. Okay. And I always say, guys, I knew what I'm talking about. I can compare. I used to be science, then I was in corporate consulting, management consulting. I was in corporate life in Gurgaon, in Delhi, and now I'm running my business for the last almost 6 years. So I can compare. And what is interesting that every time when I go to next step, of course, my personal finances are growing, and I'm able to see so much more. I guess we call it expansion of our mindset, expansion of money beliefs, expansion of money thinking. So at this point, I feel like I have so much to say. Yeah, please listen to me because I've been there. I used to be a scientist. I used to be a corporate CXO level. So sometimes people tell, how can you compare stable salary job, corporate, top of your career, and now you're just running some trainings, astrologer. So that story is about this.
Okay.
And story is compelling enough to say, I know, trust me. You can break through and make more without any structures.
Yeah, and you're pretty open about how much you are earning, and I don't even see that level of openness in our country. If somebody asks what is your salary, unless and otherwise it's a very close person from a very close circle asking, people feel very offended when they hear that question, or people say like, how dare they ask me how much I'm earning, and also you are somebody who keeps telling that you need to be open about how much money is coming in, what is happening with regard to money.
Because I feel it's one of limiting beliefs, right? Why? Who told us not to talk about how much we are making? It comes from ancestry trauma. You can say money trauma.
Yeah.
Somebody from our ancestry, at some point, yours, mine, was hurt because of money. People got killed because of money. People lost friends because of money. So there is some huge emotional charge behind this topic. So we feel like, how can I be brave enough to disclose? Oh my God, in my corporate job, I was making 96 lakh plus bonus. Okay. So when I quit and went into my own business, I said, oh, my first week I made like 4 times more. And people were like, oh, this is not possible. So it brings numbers behind it. Because big money means very different thing for very different people. If I just say, oh, trust me, guys, you can do it, remove your beliefs, you'll make a lot of money. What does it mean, a lot? So I need to put some numbers behind it, so it creates that
Tangible.
yeah.
Like, how much was she making before versus how much?
I'm the proof of concept, living proof here.
Yes, you do practice what you preach, Kat. It's very evident from the programs that you do. My first question is about money trauma itself, because we as a country that is still, developing, we are out of colonization, we are finding our footing. Our ancestors would have struggled a lot. We also grew up hearing those money-related limiting beliefs, like how we'll never have enough, and we are always pauper. We have to go sell something to make money. We have to have stable government jobs to keep money. Creative jobs will not make you. So many limiting beliefs we have. Can you please explain in your terminology what is money trauma? How can someone know if they have money trauma?
I can tell you a story.
Okay.
We just came from a meetup. It was a lot of people, different ages, and one girl, lady, she was around, I would say 18, 20. And she started speaking about her approach to money. And I almost can close my eyes and I can see generations of ancestors behind her back. 7 generations of grandmas and grandpas speaking through her, because she's way too young. But she strongly believes that life is about keeping your budget. You should not, it's almost proudly saying that I'm very good on keeping check and control on myself. And I'm thinking, so of course, nothing wrong and nothing right. It's absolutely valid system of beliefs that served our ancestors very well. They survived because of this. They survived because they didn't speak about money, they were very quiet about it, and they didn't go beyond budget. But life has changed. Now what we got as a reward of breaking this belief is much higher than the reward we get for keeping this belief. Because life is safe now. Life is safe. We live in the most safest time of the humankind. We don't feel it. It's a different topic because we have so much information coming. We know how children suffer in Africa, so we feel life is not safe. But statistically speaking, this is very safe time for the human to live. So those beliefs that used to keep our ancestors alive, now they're working against us.
Okay.
Because we're supposed to grow.
And if we have those beliefs still, and if we feel like we are not growing, that means we have that money-related trauma.
Sure, it's about what do you want in life. If some students come to me, my clients come to me asking, Katerina, I want to have more money. Okay, I'm happy to help. So if you have a request, I can show you that we can work on this, what kind of beliefs you still have. If somebody is saying, Katerina, I'm very happy where I am, of course I'm not going to coach them and change their beliefs. It's okay. There is nothing right and nothing wrong. I'm always saying this. If you like your beliefs, if you enjoy where you are, then please stay where your safe kind of system is, but then don't complain.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So, I would say a lot of it starts from our childhood, no? What our parents has been telling us inside our families. How have you seen these childhood beliefs, manifest into adult life as money-related limiting beliefs?
Childhood and ancestry also, because what mom is telling us, it's not her idea also. She is verbalizing what she inherited from her mom and grandma. So, yes, of course, when child is growing, what we hear impacts us. But what we don't hear, that is more difficult to work with. Yep, and that is coming from, you can say, subconscious mind, ancestry memory, genetics memory. There used to be some ancestor who lay down to relax on some sunshine and got hurt because he didn't do hard work non-stop, right? So we inherited, if I stop working, it is so dangerous, I might die. Yeah? So, for example, it was my case. In New York City, in Canada, I was, I can say, workaholic.
Okay.
I was working out of some, for now, right now, it feels like strange fear that if I stop working, if I relax, if I allow myself to relax, something horrible can happen to me. Because I'm by myself in New York City, my parents still in Russia. So I have to be like tight on myself, keep working hard. For a long time I was keeping this. And that was keeping me also within certain boundaries. Like I could not think about resigning from the job, which I at some point stopped enjoying, right? But this fear, ancestry block. From parents, of course. Parents, what is good about childhood trauma that we might remember. You might remember what father used to say about money, how mom used to count money. So we remember, and we can make a choice. Love my mom, I love my dad, but not like this. I will do something different. I don't want to keep the same beliefs. They're limiting me. But then we work on this, and everything is good, and we are growing a little bit. But it comes more and more and more layers we cannot even verbalize. It takes a lot of efforts to catch those.
Yeah.
And sometimes they surface, and you think about, like, what is this about now? For example, we are building this retreat in Himachal. And me and my husband, we like, we broke all our limiting beliefs. We are so free about money. We like, and then we just captured one more belief. We thought inviting investors into our project might somehow limit our creativity. We had this limiting belief. If you get like kind of board of investors, it will be somebody managing us. So we're going to lose this creative edge and we want to stay free. At some point they said, Ricky, you think maybe it's just a limiting belief. If we can find wonderful investors who are not going to limit us, only can bring more wisdom, knowledge that we don't have, right? Why don't we create some kind of board?
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, wow. Okay, we captured some belief. So no matter how like advanced you think you are,
They can
I'm
be something.
I'm sure there is so many more things we can keep digging.
Yeah.
And the money also growing. What's the reward? Behind that reward is the growth of your money capacity.
Okay.
Capacity of the money is like your metric, your size as a person. How much money you can handle is growing over years. You grow as a person, I grow as a person. We become bigger. We can handle more complexities in life. Like 5 years ago, I couldn't think about building and managing some kind of retreat resort in Himachal mountain. Just complicated idea. There's so many things to take care of. Now we feel like, seems like we can handle it. Yeah? So money is also growing as we grow in our mindset, view of this world. So it's just outcome.
Yeah.
Money capacity is outcome.
Right. I had so many questions in between, but then I'm getting to the basics.
You should interrupt me because I can talk for a long time without you.
That's okay. I'm getting to this point of lack mindset versus abundance mindset, or you call it scarcity mindset, or poverty mindset. Okay. How did that happen in childhood? Can you give us some examples? I think even the audience will be able to relate to.
Yeah, scarcity.
You have an
was
Indian
there.
husband, you were a great family.
But the same thing was in Russia.
Oh.
The same thing was in America. It is, I believe, my theory, that it's actually much easier to keep scarcity mindset. So what does it mean, scarcity mindset? It's a little bit of a victim position in the sense that I'm not in control on how much money I can really make.
Okay.
I have certain job. Look, we are who we are. We this kind of family. We in this kind of city. We in this kind of country. So that's all we got. No control, no sense of kind of choice. I have no choice. That's my favorite expression of my clients. Katerina, but I have no choice. So if that is the belief, I'm a victim, I have no choice, then the only thing I can change is how much do I spend. Yeah, so I keep myself within the scarcity boundary, and I feel it's, sorry guys to say it, it's easier. You can create your budget, no problem. I save here. People focus so much on savings. People spend enormous amount of mental energy that could have gone to creativity, but they think it's difficult. I don't know how to what to create, how to save. I know. Buy pizza, 100 rupees cheaper. Done. Brain is satisfied. Great. Job completed. Yeah. So people think that they can manage expenses, but creation of new revenue is more difficult, right? Oh, I have to think about it. Where to get more money? How? Step into difficulties, maybe. Nobody wants to go into difficulties of unknown things. So abundance mindset is no unknown. So maybe it will go well, maybe not. I don't know. So I will stay there. I will create a very nice story for myself that I have no choice, and focus all the mental energy into saving. Great? Imagine if these people will not be allowed to think about savings. All this mental energy could have been going into creativity, creating X multiples of what they have right now. Because we human beings, we're born creative, at least until some time.
Yeah.
So there's, I think, it's usual problems, not only in money, in relationships and different areas of life. Avoidance of difficulty, desire to avoid unknown situations at all costs, right? Kind of laziness of the brain. Brain is designed so not to go into many new things.
Okay.
Keep doing what you do, and savings seem to be very well known and respected territory.
Yeah.
So
You have
if-
saved this much money.
Yes, if I say I'm a frugal person, everybody here will say, oh, Katerina, you're smart, talking good things. If I say, no, I spend, I don't think about it, I think about what I make. She's weird, yes. You should be saving.
Because we do know a lot of our parents and other relatives who saved, and have a lot of savings, but they would have forgotten to live in that process.
Sure.
They would not be having fun with.
Very good point about exposure. So if we start exposing ourselves to people who didn't save, and some smaller group of people who make, they will be inspiring for us to shift this mindset.
So surround yourself with people who know how to enjoy that money also.
At least, dilute that environment with a couple of friends, and mentors. That's why we pay for mentors, right? I have 2 mentors even right now. They're much older than me. They're actually both in Russia, one in astrology, one in more like energy kind of practitioner. Well, I'm paying them huge money. I'm not even going to say how much. But that keeps me growing, right? Because these people are bigger than me. They make more. Of course, money is not only one metric of measuring a person, but it's more like outcome. But I am working with my mentors, and my students working with me as a mentor.
Right. So speaking of the energy aspect of money, that's something that stuck with me after abundance quest, because I have really not thought of money as energy, though we all know it's energy. It's Lakshmi. So in ancient Indian culture, we do see money as that beautiful, positive energy that you need to attract into your life. and we have a goddess attached to it, and all of that is there. But in real life, we don't really see it as energy. I wanted to talk about money as an energy.
Yeah, money is a currency. I think money is energy. It's somewhere in between completely spiritual world and our material world of people. And because money comes to you when you make a wave in this world. You're making wave. You are not invisible. Usually we make these waves and something comes as outcome to other people.
Okay.
You create something, you're making this podcast. It goes in waves all around you, creating some impact. And as a result of this impact, this world, this universe has to encourage you. Yes, Swati, please do it more. You're changing lives of people, please do it more. So it's sending back to you this currency to compensate your energy that you spend creating this podcast. You spend your time, effort, energy. So it's coming back to you.
Big camera and kids and all this.
To everyone, no more. You spend a lot of your mental energy, right? You thought about it, you prepared, you spend your time here. You speak to me right now. It's a huge amount of energy. If you put it on your earnings, for example, you could have made a lot, right? So this world has to bring it back to you.
Right.
So you can keep going. That's why I'm always working with my clients, healers, coaches, mentors. I ask them, please take money. Please charge money. Please charge more, because it has to come back to you so you can keep going. If you don't take it, you will stop at some point.
Oh my God, Kat.
You will stop.
It took a long time for me to figure it out, Kat, because I think even you have told me, once or twice, you should be charging more, and it feels so bad, like to keep yourself at a different level. You feel bad to get there because you feel like, okay, let us be here. So at one point you realize it's you yourself that is holding you back, nobody else. And to break out of it is so hard. It's so hard.
You know what is helping? I understand. You feel bad as a person charging money for helping people. It's one of our beliefs, I think we have it. So what is really helping? There are two types of people. One type who cannot help themselves. And for them, you can help without money. And you feel good and fine, but we call it the right word. We call it charity. For example, I told you about my idea about children. I want to create this charity for children and teach them about money mindset, unprivileged children. So they cannot help themselves. So I will do it for free. Of course, I will put my own money into this charity. Now, there's a second group of people who are totally able. They have legs and arms, they're grown-up adults, grown-up men, women. They have to grow through learning from me, not for free. Right? Because if I charge them, they have to find this money. It's encouraging them to do something more and more and more. If I keep giving them for free everything for grown-up men and women, then they're not going to do anything.
Okay.
So I feel like even when we put some price for the coaching or for astrology, people say, look, Kat, this is too much. I cannot do it right now, but okay. It's okay, I will start thinking about it, and they come back to me 6 months later saying, now I'm ready. And they're so happy and they're so proud of this.
So they have done some work.
It's something, they're also growing through this. And of course, what I give them, they can take more from me. When they pay, it's almost like you're buying a ticket. Some kind of gate is opening. I don't know how it works. It's not only because logically they remember I paid her, so I take everything. It's somewhere on the level of energy. Your capacity to take learnings from me is bigger if you pay me. And the more you pay, the more you take from the same person, from the same abundance quest,
Right.
from the same training.
Yeah.
I think I actually did this experiment. Some person is paying 1,000, some 5, some 10, some 50, same training. That one who pays more takes so much more. No, I guess it's logic. Like, of course, I paid now, I have to finish it. But also some kind of magic. There is some permission from universe to get this more information about.
Right. So I would like to know about the role of your personality and your emotions and its impact on money, because a lot of people, when you ask about what do you want to do with money? They're like, I want to be happy. I want to buy a house. I want to buy a car and all of that. And what are you doing to, get that done? And they're like, I don't know, if money comes, I can do all of it. You say the inverse only works. Right. You first be independent and then you're going to get that money. Money is not going to give you that independence. But I think that algorithm is very hard for people to crack because somehow they also realize that, okay, if money comes, then I'll go and be independent. Money comes, then I can step out of my, parents' house. Money comes, then I'll do something creative. I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, it's my explanation again out of avoidance of extra hard work. People choose to believe that it works like this. First I have, then I become, then I do. So first I have. Somebody drops me a bag of money on my porch here. Then I become. And people describe it in a lot of details. I start waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I hire a yoga teacher. I learn some new languages. And then I do. And from this, I will start opening charities, trainings, that. So the flow is actually different. The flow is first you do. First you do. You can wake up right now at 6 o'clock. It doesn't cost you any money, right? First you do, then you become, then you have. And what you have is outcome of what you do and who you became.
Yeah.
Right? It's just, again, so simple. So easy to understand. Why we don't do? Well, because difficult, right? No, fine, when we talk about it, it feels good, but now I go back home and my family is here and then Netflix and then time to sleep already. So then this energy kind of goes down. And for that we have clubs and communities, right, to keep going.
And the other point that you said in the previous segment about adding value to the world, right? That is, I don't think that is something that people really consciously think about.
Very interesting, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was not in our school. I see it a lot in Shannon's school right now. They get almost encouraged to think about where they can make a difference. They right now 9 years old. They're writing letter to PepsiCo to cancel lease or something like this because it has palm oil. So they encouraged to believe that they have right to make a difference. We grew up thinking we are nobody, our opinion doesn't matter, so who we are to change this world? So the biggest dream we have is the bigger house. What is there after bigger house? Even bigger house. No, wait, Swati, wait. Second house. Yeah. No, imagination is not working. And kids are growing to believe, oh, I can. Palm oil is not good. Save some Aravali. Let's save rainforest. So I think it's wonderful. We can also learn better that.
Because it's so true. I mean, beyond a house or a car, all these things people are even not able to think. But then when you ask somebody, they would have told that, I'd like to have, okay, how much money do you want to have right now? And they're like, okay, I want to have 2 crores.
Sure.
What are you going to do with the 2 crores? Sure. Then they're stuck.
And buy a bigger house. It's good. I think there is some evolution, right? In our goals for money, first is safety, stability, pay EMI, pay for school fee, we have to. We cross that. Most of people who watch it, they cross that. Then we go into luxury. We want to travel, we want to buy a second house, okay, fine, do it, fine. Then from this point, you start looking around. And this very interesting stage is called how to use money to spread your light. So you have a light inside. You have, I have, everybody, every human has. So when you play around enough with phones and luxury, now what should I do? I have something to say. I have some difference to make. Let me put more of my own money to spread my light more. And that is expensive and that costs a lot. You know this, right? Podcasts and companies and trainings and structures. Sometimes we spend more than making, but we establish some new structures. So whatever voice we have, it can reach to more and more and more people. And it becomes more and more and more expensive. And it's fun. It's a fun goal to have.
Yeah.
But we need to grow into this. Of course, you cannot be hungry and save the world. You cannot, never have a couple of luxury bags and push yourself into some kind of charity, right? You say, no, but I want this Chanel bag. I want it. It's okay. So you get the bag, and then you get to a higher level.
Okay, Kat, so be able to think beyond house and car and bag and other things, be able to add value to the world and to share your light to the world. And this is something that would come back to you, is what you say. You have to trust the process.
It will come. If it's not coming right now, just continue your growth. It's almost like you're climbing some mountain. And if you just started climbing, you may not see exactly where I should, which light, who I am, and where I can help. So it's totally normal if somebody doesn't have that clarity. Just keep growing.
Yeah.
It's the size of the person what is important. And this growth happens not only in your profession and money. It's like across all the different segments of life, we are growing.
Yeah.
Like, we call it like massage effect. You're not going to go to massage, but if you come to good masseur and you say, I have some block like in my shoulder, he will never start massaging right here. He will start looking into like points in the perimeter. What about here? What about here? What about here? So same with money. Money hurts, but the problem is not only money. Something else in your life also should be improving. Maybe your lifestyle, maybe your health, for sure your energy. We are very low energy right now in our lifestyle in society.
Yeah.
Energy is low, then how you expect to make money? So different points around, and money will just benefit from this too.
Absolutely. This is a place where self doubt and guilt and fear and other anxiety, everything needs to be dealt with, right?
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes, but dealt absolutely through therapy, through coaching, through mentorship, not through making more money. If you make people have this expectation, when I have money, I'm going to be confident, totally safe, totally calm, with no anxieties at all. My fears are going to disappear. How much you need to have for this? Oh, Katerina, how much? Can I really tell any number? Yes, tell any number. 5 lakh. I'm like, no. You're going to have same anxieties, same fears, only more. Okay, should I go to Karosh? Okay, go to Karosh. Good, 5 Karosh. Still going to have it. The truth is like it's a completely different topics. Money is not your therapist. Money is not going to come to help with the fear.
Okay.
And
If that's the case, then all lottery winners will be cleared of their mental health issues. And
great example, when capacity of the person is small, suddenly huge amount of money falling into him, her, and they only suffocated. They're suffocating inside.
Right.
They're not growing. Then you know what is happening to them. 6 months later, money is spent. The person into drugs, addictions, and like not capable of holding this much money. Too much.
Right. So you need to have that energy to hold it. You need to have plans with it, which is again another point that you keep telling, no? What are you going to do with it? What is your plan with it?
What is the goal? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If there is no goal, money also will not come.
Yeah. I liked an example that you had used in one of your training programs, which was somebody wanted to start a catering business and they wanted to, do something, but then, you ask them, have you even made a samosa and given to your own apartment people first? And
Yeah. Yes, that is also great story that people like to tell themselves to make a great excuse why they're not wealthy yet. They say, Kat, no, you understand, to start a business, we need to have big investments. We don't have it. Actually, Katrina, we have example in our family when some uncle took all money from the family and failed in his business. Wow, now the whole family is not going to do anything because, okay. So first, a little bit of bootstrapping here, test the proof of concept.
Yeah.
That's the samosa story. If you really believe you can change this world by selling samosa, which is true, I buy that. But you don't need a huge business investment, to some business loan, or put all your family savings and open samosa factory. And nobody wants your samosa, right? What a fail, big fail. So you make 5, go downstairs, sell it. If people say, this is like the best samosa I tried, you make 10, you make 20. Bootstrapping, proof of concept. Learn to start, you test your idea without investments. Most likely you'll test 10 ideas. 9, you'll be stupid fail. completely great, wonderful. One will be success.
Mm.
But people like, they think test idea means take all the savings from the family and put it all into this. And it can be very, it's not
Catastrophic.
viable. Yeah. So, but that I guess is just a ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, if I don't want to make any investments, how can I test? I have idea of opening, I don't know, parakeet shop.
Mm.
ChatGPT, how can I test it without renting space and buying 10 parakeets? How? Very easy.
Yeah. Kat, what are some of the first steps somebody who has a lot of financial anxiety, a lot of money trauma, a lot of money related shame? What are some of the first things that you would suggest this person to start doing?
So I would join some kind of community of like-minded friends who also think about the same. Also in similar situations, they realize they have some blocks, anxieties, but they want to grow. They don't want to stay in the same. So in this community, maybe it is training, maybe it's a following somebody on Instagram, but I think following may be a little bit passive. So if you join some club, community training, you
You are
encourage
actively doing something.
to do some exercise. You can go to therapy, but then select the right therapist.
Yeah.
What does it mean, select the right therapist? So the therapist who by herself is making tons of money, right?
Yeah.
If your therapist is charging you 1,000 rupees for 1 hour, it's not the right therapist to tell you about money blocks. Because she herself needs to work on her own money anxieties. Otherwise, she would not charge you 1,000 rupees for the therapy. So for therapy, I think if you're on the budget and you don't want to invest so much, ChatGPT, fantastic therapist for the beginner. Of course, cannot compare with experienced, trained, talented psychologist. Of course not.
Yeah.
But if you cannot afford that much, because that will cost a lot for the good reason, then it's a good start. ChatGPT,
Yeah.
club, training.
Yeah, these are the things that you suggest. Yeah. What about books, Kat? A lot of people are into money related books now. What is your opinion about
Uh,
books?
So there is, of course, not a single book that is going to cover everything. Most likely you have to read like 10, 20 to pick little
Things from here and there.
Yeah. And it's a little bit lonely journey. You sit by yourself, you read a book. There is no deadline, there is no timeline, there is no responsibility. If you don't feel like reading, you stop it. Most of the books don't give you practical conclusion like what to do next.
Right.
So you feel most people will not do exercises, even if the book is suggesting some exercise they will not do.
Yeah.
They will not do. We just enjoy reading book. It's more like relaxation. It has to be active training, mentor,
Yeah.
maybe friends. If you just have a bunch of friends thinking about it, that is also great.
Yeah, yeah. And like you told, like how you guys bought the hill in Himachal and then discovered a limiting belief suddenly. When you're in a group of people that think similarly,
More and more.
you start discovering limiting beliefs in that journey. Like in for example, in my training program, though it's not completely about money, people are discovering limiting beliefs after 1 year. Yeah. So they're like, oh, this one I didn't note at all. I didn't know that I had this kind of a limiting belief. So I think a community is going to help them for that.
And right expectations.
Yeah.
That there is no way you can extract all your limiting beliefs in some one training on one book. I am doing this for a long time. I can still find mine, right? They're coming deeper and deeper and deeper. So I think that's the most exciting thing, because the more you remove, the more your money capacity is growing. It's just limited by this system of our beliefs, what we believe in.
Interesting. Interesting. Kat, can you share us a success story of a client that had a money related limiting belief and probably cracked it somehow?
So many.
So many. Yeah.
I can share a very recent, very small one from yesterday.
Okay.
And let me think what's the bigger one, but small, maybe not small for her, of course. She is also in corporate role, and she is an astrology academy. And I started some special boot camp for astrologers.
Okay.
To start making big money. So I pushed them into making some offer.
Okay.
So through this resistance transformation, she started some offer yesterday. Today she came and said, "Kat, I got my first client."
Oh, okay.
So it's a little success story, right? But it's most difficult is the first couple of thousand rupees that you do by yourself outside of corporate job.
Right.
Growing from 5 lakh to 10 lakh is easy. From 0 rupees to 5,000, very difficult. It's like it will break you apart.
Right.
It will make you do something very strange, very uncomfortable. But once you cross that, it's more easier.
Okay, okay. But there are a lot of stories of homemakers that have started making money doing creative stuff as well, right?
Sure.
I mean, I think that is one of the largest limiting beliefs that homemakers in the country would probably have. That, I'm at home, I don't know what to do, I'm dependent on somebody else for money. Could you say a couple of words to motivate homemakers?
Yes. So, just specifically speaking, I think couple of people really that really impressed me. What people right now started discovering also, what I'm struggling to formulate, what kind of job they selected out of homemaking. It's
Okay.
not specific job. They just started showing themselves to this world in some kind of fusion capacity. So let's say it was homemaker, totally in her daughter, she was spending most time with her. She used to love art. Now she went for all these trainings, so something is changing in the mind. She wants to do art, and she's inspired to coach people as well. So she's becoming some kind of fusion. So she's an artist, and she's doing art therapy,
Art therapy, okay.
coaching. She didn't get any certifications. I don't know. I think she's just doing it out of her
Okay.
story, kind of her experience.
Okay.
And that's what people also like, because certification or some kind of learning some framework for coaching sometimes makes you very dry.
Yeah.
You like following the same steps described in some kind of coaching training. If you teach based on your own experience, it's working better. It's almost like, firstly, you attract people who want to follow your path.
Yeah.
Not everybody. I'm sure some people will be watching me and say, well, that's not for me. But there will be somebody who will say, I want to be like her. And for them, I will be the best mentor.
Right.
It's like my husband is a golfer, and he's thinking about hiring some kind of golf coach. And it's like, why do you need this? Like, you're a great golfer. I said, yeah, I know. But there is a blind spot behind my back. So when I play, I cannot see, like, it needs to be somebody else who will tell me from different perspective what I cannot see.
Okay.
So same, I think, with us hiring mentors. You're smart people, you're a smart person, I'm a smart person, but I have my blind spot.
Obviously.
And I need somebody to look at my situation from back and side, say, Kat, you're not thinking about this. You are missing out this. So there is a huge value of this kind of system of mentoring. When I'm getting mentorship from someone and I'm mentoring somebody, and that person is mentoring somebody else, and there is different kind of needs and different audience for us.
Right. Yeah. Kat, another question that I want to ask, and something that fascinated me after the abundance quest, was thinking what money would be thinking about all of us. I think today's meetup also I asked a similar question for the sake of everybody there, because it's very interesting to think of money as this person or as this entity sitting there and looking at all of us and thinking, guys, think about what I'm thinking about you. What is probably money thinking about all of us?
I think each one of us can go through this, and I think we have some fun meditation about it, imagining our own relationship with money. It might be different for
Different people.
each one.
Yeah.
For me, it was, again, I had this story long time ago, more than 10 years ago, when I was just a beginner in all these meditations and money journey. And I had this vision of my energy of money.
Okay.
It's a very young, very handsome guy who was sitting in we did meditation, and he's sitting somewhere and crying. And I'm in my meditation, in my imagination, coming to him saying, why are you crying? Energy of money, why? You should be happy. And he said, it's just so sad that people are so serious about me. They don't want to have fun with me, almost like, can you just dance, guys? Why are you sitting here in this training being so serious about it? Let's just dance. So in different stages of my life, I went through this message in a different way.
Right.
And most recently for me, when I also reached some kind of certain level, and I started thinking, how can I break through more? And my insight was that I should not work more. I should work less. and being less serious, dance more, relax,
Have
more,
fun with it.
spend time laying down sunshine more. And that last year created a next kind of jump for my income as well.
Oh,
Funny enough, when this hardworking Katerina stops working, she's making more. How does it work? I don't know. I'm becoming smarter. But I get more resource, of course, more energy inside. I'm
Right.
becoming more capable of working less hours, but generate more impact.
okay.
And that comes from me enjoying dancing, all those things that non-linear kind of money.
Right, right.
So that's what I think my money thinks about me right now.
Okay.
But it could be different for different people. Maybe there is a person who is dancing her whole life. And for her, money can say, well, why don't you a little bit make some schedule for your business? And why don't you take it more seriously? Possible.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Kat, thank you so much for these insights. I'm sure about money and abundance, you can go on and on and on.
My
Yeah,
favorite topic.
yeah. And Abundance Quest was one of my favorite programs also, apart from Body Reaper.
Oh.
That also was fantastic. And I'd really like people to check out Kat's programs, lots and lots of training programs. On top of that, she has a lot of meditations that you guys can practice, a lot of free meditations that she keeps giving. And somewhere it'll give you some kind of bulb moments, tube light moments, wherein you're like, I never thought of that. Oh, why didn't this thought come to me? So it'll be like that. So thank you so much, Kat, for doing what you're doing. And I'm really, really honored and grateful to have you on my podcast. And I want to talk about more topics with you, definitely about astrology with you. We will see you again in a different episode. Thank you, Kat. Thanks so much.
Of course. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Saki.
Yeah, I'm sending you all a lot of love and healing from me and Katerina. See you all in the next episode.
Stay wealthy and healthy.
Wealthy, healthy, and wise. Okay. Bye, guys.